You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hi there, welcome to episode 307 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Shawn Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, it's Shawn.
It's Leah.
And we're here to entertain the hell out of you guys and girls. Isn't that right?
Are you allowed to say that? Guys and girls? That's not gender neutral.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's not what this episode's about.
No, it's not.
As you can tell from the title, I think I'm going to call it Buy, Rent, or Renovate.
Buy, rent, or renovate. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're going to talk about searching for houses, apartments, that kind of stuff.
Well, you've moved a couple of times in your life.
Like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows more about renting or moving than you?
Buy a place or renovate. Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true. Yes. So that's what this week's topic is all about. Just for a bit of business, the episodes are about 2 weeks apart from each other, and they've been coming out on Fridays instead of Thursdays. Maybe they're going to come out on Fridays from now on. I don't know. Maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a week. It just depends. I've been really tired lately with this new route.
You have been.
So podcasting has fallen off the priority list because I'm so tired.
It really has, and we just, it's hard for us to even get stuff done because you're so tired.
Oh, wiped out, exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awful. Everybody at work is walking around like a bunch of zombies. So,
wow.
And now that winter's here, it's getting even worse.
Yeah, the weather is getting really cold, and it's been rainy and wet. It's just, I'm sure it has not been fun for you.
It has not been fun. There has been a severe lack of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But podcasting is fun, and I'll slip it in whenever I can.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So there we go. That's the business out of the way. Dear listeners, please forgive us for our tardiness and lack of consistency. It'll get better eventually.
We promise it will. It will start getting better. We just have to find a groove. Shawn has to find a groove in his new job. Or, well, not new job, but new route.
Yes, new route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, things are a little bit all over the place right now.
Absolutely.
Next week, I'm off. I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling. I'm going to be visiting my son in Timmins, and then I'm going to be visiting my buddy Frank just outside of North Bay to pick up about 1,000 VHS tapes, and then I'm going to go through Sudbury and go to Costco and probably Toys R Us to look for Hot Wheels.
Of course.
And then
I'll be back.
Okay. Excellent.
So that's the plan for next week, and hopefully I'll get some episodes in with some random people.
Well, that's your plans.
That's my plan.
That's your plan.
What are you going to be doing while I'm gone?
I'm going to be doing renovations.
Yeah.
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 I have a bathroom to renovate, so
You do.
Yes.
And you had taken this week off so we could go and do like a cruise or something like that.
Yeah, that kind of fell through.
That fell apart. So you and you were supposed to do your bathroom renos months ago.
A year ago, actually.
Yeah.
I had planned on doing it in July when I was off for a week. But that really, my plans got kind of put on hold because
You couldn't get the countertop cut.
yes, the quartz countertop had not been cut to the appropriate size.
So that delayed things.
Well, yeah, it delayed it a lot, and by the time that I could get somebody to do it, I think it was a month later. So, yeah, it shot the week that I was off.
It did. So, we were going to go to Timmins together, but you decided that you're going to do the renos and I'm going to do the travel.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a little bit better because my son Wyatt is working. You're going to be gone, so it's a less disruption to the household. You know, I'm going to have to tear stuff apart. The shower may or may not be working for a little while right away. Even the bathroom sink might not be working right away. You know, that might take a day or two. So it's just easier with less people around.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of house stuff, the big news today as we're recording this is that my building in Timmins is officially sold.
Yes, officially sold.
So I now own 0 pieces of property. And I think the closing date is in a few weeks.
Oh, okay. A few weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, December 11th, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So that means that now that I don't have that mortgage anymore, I get to decide what the heck I'm going to do with my life now that I'm here in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm renting a room with my brother.
Yep.
And we've been talking about maybe moving in together eventually.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Are we going to rent a place? Am I going to just move in with you here at your house that you own? Are we going to buy a place together? Or are we going to stay here and renovate? What the heck are we going to do?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We really don't know. I think we're looking into our options. I mean, we have visited a couple places here in the city, and we found a lot of crap.
Yes. Let's talk about that, because I knew that my my building was being sold. I was going to free up the mortgage, and I could look at places here.
Well, you do need some place to call your own at some point.
That's right. Exactly. And renting a room with my brother, it's not ideal.
No.
I need space.
Yeah.
Living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, am I going to buy a brand new place? Maybe beside you, or are we going to buy a place together, you and I, eventually? Am I going to keep renting until we figure that out?
Right. What are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
So let's first start with some of the stuff that we've seen.
Okay, yes. We've been on realtor.ca and we've been looking at places, maybe 10 places between the realtor place and just going to random open houses. Yeah. Just to see what's out there.
You do love an open house.
I do love an open house. I like to see what's out there.
Yeah.
It's true. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And we saw some brand new construction. Yeah. Fickmar buildings. Yes. They're called. Yeah. Fickmar is the company, I guess.
Fickmar is the company. Yeah.
Okay. And on Noah Street, there was 2 houses. Yes. Across from each other, 7 and 8 Noah Street or Avenue or whatever it is. Very fancy. $750,000, $800,000 houses. Yep. Very beautiful, but no charm or character.
Yeah, they were because they were brand new. Just no charm or character, and the door handles and those types of things were just the same in both places.
Both places were pretty identical. They're a little bit different layout. Both of them had full basements. Unfinished. Yeah, the drywall was in. They had been primed. There was no flooring. There was a spot for a bathroom, but there was no bathroom, no toilet, no sink, nothing, no ceiling, anything like that. It was just a bare empty basement in both houses. $700 and some $1,000. You think you're going to have a full finished basement for that price?
Yeah, and I'm not too sure that given the location, they were 3 or 4 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms plus the basement that you have to finish. I'm not too sure it was really worth the price.
No, and it's not even a big lot.
No.
And there's no privacy.
No privacy. You're very close to your neighbors.
Everybody's just looking at each other through their big picture windows. Very beautiful houses. Yes. Very generic.
Very generic. Yeah. And it looked like some of the stuff that there was in there, like the countertops and the cupboards and those types of things, they obviously bought them in bulk and just sort of fitted them in the homes that they were building.
Yes. Definitely.
You could definitely tell.
Although I do like the slow close drawers.
Okay.
That is a nice touch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. some sort of, I guess you could call them estate sales, where like the owner has sort of progressed in age and can no longer stay home, so they have moved out and placed their house up for sale.
Yes, we did see some of those.
Yeah, we have, and they were not. They were nice, and we liked the fact that they had character, but some of them, even probably the cheapest prices that we found, which were around $249,000, I would say, required a lot of work.
Oh, yeah, because people who live in their house for 40, 50 years, they stop doing renovations and they just live there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like,
or they can't do it anymore.
That's
physically,
true.
you know?
Yeah. Like the last house that we looked at, that's not too far from here. It was a disaster.
It really was. Nice area.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice area of town.
But describe this place to our listeners.
I would say old.
Oh, definitely old.
Definitely old.
Yeah,
and
the cupboards would last updated in the 50s or 60s.
yeah, I would say so. I think the windows were updated in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, and we, it just required a lot of work. It seemed like it was something where they tried and started and then stopped. And then tried to pick it back up and just couldn't do it anymore.
That's right.
And then, of course, people give up. They just sort of end up storing stuff everywhere, and that's it. And we found a lot of wet basements too, didn't we?
We certainly did.
Yeah.
Yes, lots of wet basements. But you know what else we found? We found this promo for another podcast right here on the ESO network.
Okay.
What if you could bring 3 experienced producers into your home each week to discuss your favorite movies and the people that made them? That's Tales from Hollywoodland. Your hosts, Arthur, Julian, and Steve, collectively have years of showbiz producing experience. Their weekly show is a fast-paced, fun, and very conversational experience, like spending a good time with your best movie-loving friends and family. Tales from Hollywoodland is available wherever fine podcasts are found. See you at the movies.
And speaking of wet basements, that promo had nothing to do with that.
No, I don't think they did.
No. But yes, the fact that we're looking in the late fall, early winter here means that, yeah, there's a lot of rain. And leaky basements are pretty common.
Yeah, and it's sort of a good thing because then you can identify those.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, and stay away. There was the one house on Pine Street. It had some nice charm, some old world character.
Yeah, that we really liked.
A big wet spot in the basement.
Yep, that was not impressive.
No, and even when we were outside around the back, it smelled like rot. So that was not good.
No.
And then that other place on Hampton Street, I think it was, it was kind of nice, but it was weirdly laid out.
Very.
And the garage was rotting.
Yeah.
It was a big 2-car garage, but it smelled like gross rot.
Yeah, and for that one, it seemed like the neighbor's garage was right on the property line, and it seemed as though all the snow and the buildup on their garage would end up in your driveway, so you couldn't park anything there, otherwise it would get destroyed for sure.
Yes, and it didn't have a basement.
No basement.
It had one bathroom on the main floor, but the bedrooms were upstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older.
Sure.
Well,
we're both getting older.
Yes, and what I would like, and I'm sure you would too, is like a bungalow.
Sure.
1 floor, and a nice basement.
Yep.
2 bathrooms would be ideal.
Definitely. Yes.
But I'd like the bedrooms to be on the main floor because I don't want to go upstairs when I'm older.
Right. And so, I mean, we have to talk and think about price, right? The economy it's not great right now.
No, and the average price of a home is about $300,000.
Yeah.
It seems to be.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And that's a lot because 10 years ago, before the market went crazy, you paid $300,000 for a house, and you had like a brick executive home on like 2 acres, and it was all brick, and there was probably a lake in it or behind it or whatever.
Yeah.
Now you just get any old crap for $300,000.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be value for the money anymore.
Like semi-detached houses,
Yes.
duplexes.
I can't do it.
They're going for $275,000.
Yes.
When before you couldn't even get $129 for them.
Absolutely.
So the market is absolutely insane. I don't want to live in a semi.
I don't either. I'm not a fan of that.
No, I don't want to be attached to somebody.
So what's the alternative?
Well, I can keep renting a room with a brother, or we could stay here where you are. I could move in here.
Right. But we're having a little problem with that.
it's not very big. Your son lives here.
Yeah.
There's no room for my stuff.
Yeah.
All my stuff, most of my stuff is in a storage unit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit at brother's house.
Right. And
So-
some of the things that we're looking for is not present here in my house. So my home does have a bedroom on the main floor, like you're looking for.
That's where your son is staying.
Yep. But there's 2 bedrooms down there.
That's true, but one is the media room. It's kind of small.
Yes. And I am renovating.
Yes.
So yes. However, there's only 1 bathroom here.
Yeah.
So this is why we're thinking of the reno option.
Yes, that is an option.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to anybody builder-wise yet.
Trying.
But you got to get a quote or several. But you've got a 2-story house with no basement.
Yeah.
But you have a nice kick-ass garage.
Yes.
So we're going to ask these people what it would cost to put a basement in and maybe expand the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Put a bathroom in up here.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe put a 2nd floor on the garage even.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but definitely for me, the basement is not, like, I'm willing to negotiate on the basement. If we do put a 2nd floor on the garage, maybe a studio apartment up there for podcasting and for different various things. And there could also be maybe a little living space up there for one of the children. Maybe my son would like to move up out there.
You never know.
And he could put, a microwave, a hot plate up there, something like that, that he could, because it does have electricity in there.
It does.
And it does have a panel already. So it's not that difficult.
No.
It would be pretty easy to kind of do that portion. There is a sauna in my garage, believe it or not.
I believe it. I've seen it.
Yes. That needs to be finished, but it is there.
It is.
So that is a good option.
Definitely. And if my son Bishop ever decides to leave his hometown of Timmins and come here for a visit, it'd be nice to have a spot for him.
There would be a spot for him, yes.
Yeah, because right now at my brother's house, there's no room.
No.
There's not really any room here.
No.
So
not really.
it's not convenient.
No.
In a week or two, he's going to be 18 years old.
Yes.
So,
How do you feel about that?
It's weird to think of him as being a legal man. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So next week I'm going to go see him and visit with him a little bit because, well, his birthday's on December 6th, but I couldn't get that week off. But this was the closest I could get.
Yep.
The week of November 27th. So I'll go see him then.
So I wonder if our listeners would have an opinion, I guess, on what we should do. Should we scrap the whole idea and maybe go with something new that we may still have to put some money into? Or should we simply put some money into what we already have?
Well, what you already have.
What I already have.
Yeah, this is your place.
Yes, you're right.
I stay here occasionally, but I've got my apartment bedroom with my brother, and I don't want to rent a room for my brother for the rest of my life.
No, of course not.
No, and we're getting closer and closer all the time, you and I.
Yes.
Things are becoming more and more serious. So I think, you know what? Maybe I don't want to buy my own house. Maybe I do want to put the money into renovating this place or finding a place together, you and I. Who knows what's going to happen?
Absolutely.
So do we buy, do we rent, or do we renovate? The options.
There are options.
Yeah. So that's really what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But the fun, exciting thing is my building has officially sold. The close date's in a couple weeks. That means my credit score, I guess, or I don't even know what you call it, but I don't have that on my whatever. What am I trying to say here?
Well, it wouldn't be listed as a debt anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then
your debt's gone down.
That's gone. So then I could actually maybe buy something. Yeah. And not have 2 mortgages.
Yes. I mean, that's certainly what we are sort of...
That's why we've been looking at places, because I knew this place was selling.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what was out there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of crap.
And do we want 2 mortgages?
I don't think we do.
No.
Because you got your mortgage.
That's right.
And do I want another mortgage? I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
No, and if things are as serious as we think they are, maybe we only want the one.
Right. Yeah. And if we can pour money into the existing home and making it something that we want, it's new to us.
Exactly. That's right. Yep. So all we need to do is wait for the contractors to come here and do some quotes, I guess.
Get unbusy.
Yeah.
It's very busy.
It's a very busy time of year. Actually, it hasn't been not busy in quite a while from what I've been told. So
yeah.
There we go.
I'm going to have to make some phone calls.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
You already have, but maybe some more.
Yes.
Yep. So that's what's going on here.
That's what's going on.
And yeah, like we said at the beginning, I have lived in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
I've rented places. I've bought places. I've half-assed renovated other places.
Half-assed renovated.
Well, I'm not.
You're not a contractor?
I'm not a contractor.
No.
I don't have all the skills and knowledge. I don't like doing drywall. That's for sure.
Well, who likes drywall?
I don't know.
All you do is hang it.
Yeah, but it's the mudding and the sanding part. That's the bad part.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I've done flooring. I've helped with electrical. I've done all kinds of different things, and I'm capable. So there we go.
Good.
So we'll just have to see what.
So
the
am I.
future
I
brings.
mean, I'm renovating a bathroom, for crying out loud.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. As if you're waiting to do that after I leave.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to come home and you're going to love it.
I am going to love it.
We're going to have to post some before and after pictures.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes, we should definitely post that on the Soul Forge Facebook page.
Yeah.
So then once that's all done and we talk to the contractors and we figure out what we're going to do, are we going to love it or are we going to list it?
Who knows?
I don't know. The future is wide open.
Definitely.
But anyway, that's where our heads are at, dear listeners. That's the thoughts that are flying around our brains. We don't know what's going to happen.
So they can email us at
soulforgepodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. And we'd love to hear their ideas.
We definitely would.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, if things turn out like they always do, nobody's going to email, but whatever. It's all good. That's the way things work.
Okay.
Yes. So there hasn't been any feedback for a while, but when we do, we definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's episode 307.
It's in the books.
It is. So, listeners, we would love to hear from you, but if not, thanks for downloading. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I don't think there's any and remember this week because I can't think of anything. That's pretty much it. So just take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links. And don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.